Good day, Professor Rizal. Today I'm going to be explaining on the lab in which we were tasked to design a simple rock, paper, scissors game on Unity. And so this is the tutorial on how to get it done. So firstly, we create a canvas. Once a canvas is created, we can then go on to going to UI, legacy, and creating a text. And once this text is created, we can then rescale it to how we want. So we will name it to this being the result text. As a result, we want to see who is the winner and who loses. So we can then adjust the size of the image based on, size of the text here. And we can set it to however we want it to set. And we can readjust it to here. Once this is done, we then have to create 3 separate buttons to show which one is rock, which one is scissors, which one is paper. And so for that, we go back to the canvas, go down to UI, select legacy, and create a button. And then we can reset it to where we want it to be. So we can rename each button to rock, and we can duplicate, and duplicate each button and rename each one to its own. So once all 3 buttons have been done, we can then add images to it. So we can add whatever images we want to show that is a rock, that is paper, and that is a scissors. Can download any images that are there online as a sprite. So once this is done, we then create a image. We go down to UI, select image, and we can then resize this image. And this image will be used to show that, and we can duplicate it, and this will be the computer. So once that is done, we can then add the image to show that that is a player and that is a computer. So once that is done, we can also create a simple advice text, straightforward, just as the same as before. We go down to legacy and create a text. We can put it down here, name it as choose wisely, and we can then just change what this text is supposed to be, which is advice, rename it. And then we can readjust the size and settings like previously. Once that is done, now we can move on to carrying out the script part of the tutorial. So firstly, we have to create an empty game manager and rename it to game manager. And so in this game manager here, I will add the Google Drive file down below to get the script from. So we drag in the game manager script into here, and later on we will have to add each of the values inside here. But before we do that, now we go to each button and add in the button script to each button.
And sorry. So once we added in, we have to add in the choice value. So rock will be 1, paper will be 2, and scissors will be 3. And then we drag in the game manager into each of these files down here. So I will do that, and then we can carry on to the next part.
As you can see in the game manager now, we have added each of the values. And also for the sound effects, we can create a sound effect file over here, object over here, which is pretty simple. We just go down here, select audio, and click audio source. And so I've renamed it to sound effect. And so once that is done, we can add in the sounds that we can find online ourselves and add into the sound effects in the game manager here below. So once all of this is done, all we have to do now is click play to test it out whether it works or not.
So now as you can see, this is how it will look like. And for example, if I choose rock,
The computer wins. And so that's how we know that the game is working. So thank you, and that's all.